This video is for our 7.1 notes. So we are going to start talking about percentages, what a percentage is, and how do we find that percent. So a percentage is just a ratio that compares a number to 100. So as we're thinking about that, we really want to keep that number in mind. So we know a ratio, this to this. You have to put them in the correct order that it asks for, boys to girls, yellow to blue, whatever that is. And then we're finding that ratio and comparing it out of 100 every time. Our symbol for a percent actually looks like this. You can almost kind of see, here's your slice sideways 1, here's your 2 zeros, here's your 100, to kind of help connect that a percent is always out of 100. So I want us to write that down. Percents are always out of 100. So that is a very important number when we are talking about percentages. Always, always, always going to take that ratio and apply it to the number 100. So if I have 45, let's say 45, we have students, 45 of them are girls, 45 out of 100. That means I actually have 45% girls. So 45 out of 100 are girls, 45% are girls. If you took a test with 100 questions and you got 89 of those questions correct, you would get 89 out of 100, which means that you would get 89% correct. If I had 100 animals and 4 of those animals were monkeys, that means 4% of my animals are monkeys. So it's out of 100, this number transfers over to our percent. So I want you to write one here and then show me what the percent would be. So we can take ratios and we can also take decimals, and we can turn both of those into percentages. And a ratio is really just a fraction. We can write a ratio as a fraction, 5 out of 7, 5 over 7, and we need to change them into percentages. So if here we have our ratio 67 out of 100, I would write that as my ratio 67 out of 100. I can take that and I can change that into a decimal number. So this is 67 hundredths. The hundredths place is 2 places over. So here I would have 67 hundredths. And then I want it out of 100, 67 out of 100. This is 67 hundredths. All of these are still 67 right there, 67%. So in all of these, you can see 67 and out of 100, out of 100. Our percent sign tells us it's out of 100. So same number all the way across, and they're always out of 100. So this one looks like a fraction. This one needs their decimal, and this one gets the percent sign. So if we have 7 out of 20, I would write that as a ratio. 7 out of 20. But if we remember, we need to have ratios out of, hopefully you got it, 100. Ratios are always out of 100. So I notice this is not out of 100. So we need to set up that proportion and make it out of 100. So I know that 20 is a factor of 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. It went in there 5 times. So from here to here, I multiplied by 5. So that means I need to do the same thing to keep it balanced. So 7 times 5 is 35. So here's my ratio. These are equal. They're equivalent. They're the same thing. My decimal is 35 hundredths. So point, and I need 2 decimal places, 3, 5. And my percentage is just 100 times bigger than this. So that means I'm moving my decimal backwards 2 places. I'm taking this number over 100, 35%. So it's not 0% right here. We have 35 out of 100. So 35%. I just moved my decimal when I'm changing it to a percent 2 places. This made it 10 times bigger. And then this made it, moving it twice, made it another 10 times bigger. Because every number in our number system is 10 times bigger. So I move it 10 times 10. If I move my decimal 2 places backwards, that means I'm making the number 100 times bigger, 35%.